Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Edwin, the Comic Jabroni, coming at you. Today is the 17th of January. It is Thursday, the day after New Comic Book Wednesday, and this is my latest edition of New Comic Book Day pickups, plus my reviews on the book. This week was a really nice week. There were some good books out there, some covers that I was really happy to go and get. As you know, if you watched my last video, I told you that this week school started back up for me. I am a student at Texas A&M in San Antonio. I am pursuing a degree in history with a teacher certification, so I really want to get into the teaching field. Anyways, my classes this semester are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So on Wednesdays, I can't get to the store right when it opens, so I really have to make sure that my list that I give for my subscription box, is filled out, pretty thoroughly. So this week there was one book that I was kind of worried about, so I texted the owner of the store that I go to, and he said, hey, don't worry about it, man, I got you, it's already in your box. So thankfully, I'll show you that book later. Thankfully that I was able to get that. Anyways, I wanted to get into, there was a comic book store, a local comic shop that I went to in San Marcos late last week. It was right after I had gone to a Half Price Books. I was in San Marcos, so I decided, hey, let me see if there's any comic books, any local comic shops here in San Marcos. And there was a place called Comic Relief. Really small shop, real mom and pop feel in there, but they had some awesome stuff. And I came away with just 3 books, and I'm gonna show you those real quick. And I got these all at cover price, guys, that nobody had guessed had gone in there and grabbed these, and I was really happy. First one's gonna be Immortal Hulk #2. You guys know that's gonna be that's a really big one. It's that first appearance of I can't remember the doctor's name. I'm gonna have to write it down here at the bottom. But as you know, I have been reading Immortal Hulk, and the next one coming out I think is 11 or 12, and it's a really awesome story, guys. But I was so surprised to see this because this came out 8 months ago or so, and it was still there. There was still one copy of it. If there was more, I probably would have grabbed more. Cover price, couldn't pass it up. The next 2 that I grabbed, these are books that came out last week that were sold out everywhere. But that's Harley Quinn 57. That's the Tedesco cover, and they had quite a few of them. He probably had like 5 left. I'm not one to grab all the copies that a store has. I really dislike that. I want to give others the chance. But it was Friday, Saturday when I went in. They still had 5 copies. You know what? I'm gonna grab 2 more. I had 1. I'm gonna grab 2 more. And I want to let you guys in on a little secret. Last week, I know I said that there wasn't going to be a giveaway, but I threw in a little Easter egg to see if anybody would pick it up. And if you read down in the info portion right below the video, you would have seen that I had kind of like an Easter egg in there. If you would have commented on this past weekend's NFL games, I would have sent you a free book, and the free book was going to be this one. But nobody commented, nobody reads that info portion. Make sure you guys are reading that. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this book and one of the next ones I'm going to show into kind of like a pool, and the next giveaway in February, I'll throw that in. Those are going to be books that I send out to the community. So anyways, let's get into this week. I went by the comic shop, and there was some really nice books, guys. This was a good week. First we're gonna go with the independents as always. IDW is gonna be the first one, and what I picked up was Ninja Turtles IDW 2020. This is just a one-shot. This is the retailer incentive. My comic shop always holds the retailer incentives for me, and I know these are 1 in 10s, but my buddy Mike over at the LCS, Heroes and Fantasies, he never charges me the $10, the $9.99 or $10 that you would usually see these for. Cover price on all these retailer incentives, so I'm really happy because I absolutely love these covers. This story here, nothing really to write home about. It is a future look at the Turtles 20 years in the future. This is their IDW's 20-year anniversary, so they're doing like these 20 years out, and they're doing it on Turtles, I think Transformers, Ghostbusters, My Little Pony. This story kind of shows how the Ultrons, which if you know anything about Turtles, that's Krang, General Krang, he's an Ultron. They've kind of taken over the world, and they're building these technodromes, and the Turtles and their hero force, I think there's only one and maybe another one that they're trying to destroy. Come to find out, there's a lot more than just those 2 technodromes. Not really anything terrific. If you're a Turtles fan, you might as, I would go pick this up. It's a really nice cover. But as far as the story goes, it's nothing great. I would, myself, I would give it 5.5 to a 6, and I'm a Turtles fan, guys. So if you're not a Turtles fan, you're really not gonna like this book. But the next one is a big one. I absolutely love this. This for me was my read of the week, and that's because I'm a Turtles fan. But this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder in Hell #1. That is the Albuquerque cover. It's another retailer incentive. This is a cover that's sold out on Midtown. The biggest thing I love about this is that it's the story and the art is drawn by Mateus Santuloco. Anyways, this artist and this writer, he was doing a lot of the early stuff for Turtles. And when I mean early, I mean this IDW run. And I think he done like 1 through 25 or whatever, and then he came back, and I know he did number 50, which is the issue where Shredder dies, right? So he's been gone for a while. He's been gone for a few years now. Turtles is all the way up in the ongoing series, all the way up to like 90 or 91. I knew at some point they were going to bring Shredder back, because to me, Shredder is, the villain of the Turtles, right? If you know Turtles, you know Shredder. Even if you don't know the Turtles, you really know, okay, Turtles and Shredder go together. This story kind of recaps what happened all the way up until issue 50. Shows you the death again, which was such an awesome. Splinter kills Shredder, which is, God, that was such an incredible issue, number 50. But this kind of shows him in hell, going through these dream sequences, and then the end. I don't want to spoil the end, but the end has this kind of like a twist surprise, and I cannot wait for issue 2, guys. So this is issue #1, Shredder in Hell. To me, 8.5. 8.75, 9.0. I absolutely love it. 8.5 to 9. The art is amazing. Mateus Santuloco can draw his butt off when it comes to the Turtles. I absolutely love it. So that's it from IDW, guys. Just those 2 books. Nothing else from the independents. I'll move that over. If you guys are wondering, I'm just using this as kind of like a backdrop. That is my Invincible Iron Man #7. It's the variant of Women of Power. That's going to be that first cameo appearance of Riri Williams. I was really lucky a few years ago to go find this book. Cover price, you got $5 there. I've had it for the longest time. Anyways, let's get into Marvel, guys. First book up for Marvel is going to be Conan the Barbarian #2. As you guys know, Marvel reacquired Conan's the rights to Conan, so they're writing him up again. They got a lot of Conan stuff coming out. There's Conan variant covers. This Conan the Barbarian. I know next month there's going to be another monthly. It's called Savage Sword of Conan. Anyway, so this Conan the Barbarian is kind of like an, the last book ended, and this one I thought would have picked up right after, but this is kind of like its own story. Conan is off in the forest, and he's tracking down these indigenous folk, right? I don't know if they're Native Americans, but they're native, right? Indigenous, Indians, whatever you want to call them. I would say indigenous. And so he ends up wanting to fight them, but he ends up coming up across these huge ghost snakes, as he calls them, and he ends up forming an alliance with these indigenous folk out in this forest. I don't want to give too much away, because he ends up fighting them. He gets back to where he wanted to be, and those 2 kids from issue 1 show back up. I think those kids are going to be very instrumental in what's going on with Conan. So be aware. This is also a beautiful, I want to say, is Esad Ribic cover. The guy's covers are amazing. I would say, as far as a rating goes, I looked online and there was an 8.9, but I would do a 8.0 to 8.5. Conan is starting to grow on me. I like this issue. Next one up, we got Venom #10. And this is going to be the variant cover. There were 2 covers for this. I grabbed this one mainly because if you look at that cover, it has all the major young players in Marvel, right? Everybody that's going to be playing a major role, even in the MCU, maybe, right? You got Captain Marvel, you got Miles Morales, Spider-Man, you got the Young Nova, Miss Marvel, Spider-Gwen, even America Chavez, Miss America. Those are going to be major players coming down. Even the Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider. These guys are going to be major players. This issue, on top of that, is amazing. This is an awesome issue. Venom has been really good. In the Marvel world, I would say Immortal Hulk and Venom are the two must reads. And this kind of gives you backstory on Eddie Brock and why his father really hates him, and kind of gives you backstory on why he protects the innocents. You know, when he first started out, you thought he was a villain, but he ends up becoming a hero, and it's to protect the innocent. And this tells you why, because he was in a car incident. I don't want to give too much away. Definitely go and pick this up. The A cover is a really nice cover too. But if they have this cover, guys, I would say pick this one up. This might be a cover that is people look for in the future. So that's it from from Marvel. I only picked up those 2 books, guys. I know there was a bunch out there, but nothing really interested me. Let's get into DC. DC, there were a few cover grabs this week. First one is Catwoman number 7. I remember the last name of Oliver. Is it Ben Oliver, the cover artist on that? I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I'll write it down at the bottom. Really nice Catwoman. It's funny is I've been picking up all of Catwoman, but I haven't been reading it. I read the first one, wasn't my thing, but the covers have just been so amazing, and this is no exception. I know the last few issues it was Art Germ drawing them, and now you're getting into this new guy, and I don't know how many he's going to be doing from now on, but this is a really nice cover. As well as this next one, Wonder Woman 62, that also is a cover grab. This one sold out on Midtown. A lot of people online were talking about it, and when I saw it at the store, I wasn't gonna get it, but then I really looked at it and I said, man, that's a really nice cover of Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna pass it up when it's sitting right there. There were like 5 issues, so I knew if I went back next week, it was gonna be gone. So let me go ahead and grab it while I can. So those are the cover grabs this week, guys. These next ones I did read. First, we are going to look at Justice League Dark number 7. That is the variant cover to that. It's a Kelly Jones cover. Justice League has been really good. Justice League Dark, I should say, has been really good. And this continues, right? Since the beginning, we have seen Justice League Dark fighting this battle against the other kind, right, and the Upside Down Man. Well, this kind of continues it with the there's multiple stories in here. There's 3 or 4 stories, and they're talked about through. I'm gonna show you. They're talked through the perspective of, why the heck am I blanking on his name? I apologize. But anyway, so he's telling these stories because he wrote them down in this notebook, and you get some first appearances in here of these new, I don't know if they're villains, but they're from the other kind. They're kind of like the Upside Down Man. I don't know if they're as strong as him, but he ends up in his notebook that he has. He ends up seeing a story that he doesn't remember writing. He doesn't think he wrote it, so somebody else wrote it, and at the end, you get a glimpse of the Upside Down Man. It's a creepy visual, guys. Absolutely love Justice League Dark. I myself would have to 8.5 to a 9. And you guys probably noticed that I'm giving a lot of these books, higher grades. It's because they are books that I know I want to read, right? I don't go into the comic store and just randomly pick out books. I know I've liked Justice League Dark. I'm going to continue to pick it up, and it keeps killing it. It keeps delivering the goods. So definitely go and pick up Justice League Dark, guys. This has some first appearances in it. Let's move on. Next one up, we got Detective Comics 996. Another variant cover there. Detective has been really good with Tomasi writing it these last few issues. He's really getting into his detective ways. And as you know from that last issue, you know, Alfred had gotten attacked at the manor, at Wayne Manor, and Batman had had enough. He said he was going to go to Arkham Asylum and he's going to get some answers. So that last issue ends with him going in saying he's the monster. You guys are trapped in here with him. And this issue starts with whatever interrogations he had. He finished them out, but he didn't get any answers. But he ends up figuring out that whoever it was that attacked him knew that Batman and Bruce Wayne are one and the same. So he now has to track down everybody that kind of knew who he was, who he is. And it leads him to Paris to Henry Ducard. And Henry Ducard is he was his trainer. He was Bruce Wayne's trainer, and his son ends up becoming a villain. And in the New 52 run, he was really big. And Damian Wayans ends up killing him in the New 52 run. So this starts, he's there trying to figure out what's going on, and Henry Ducard is saying, you're not the only one hunting me. There's somebody else out there hunting me. So Bruce Wayne is off in different places trying to figure out what's going on, who is hunting him, who's attacking him, and who knows that he's Bruce Wayne and Batman all the same, right? Really great issue. Kind of ends on a high note, and I can't wait for Detective Comic 997. And as you guys know, DC 1000, it's coming up, guys. It's going to be a big one. So the big one of the week for me is Batman Who Laughs #2. That again is the same artist that did the Catwoman, Oliver. I think it's Ben Oliver. I'm probably wrong. I'll write it at the bottom if I am. I'm sorry. But that was the B cover, and this is the A cover. That is a awesome jock cover with Batman Who Laughs and the Grim Knight. This story is, if Shredder in Hell was the read of the week, that's a 1A and a 1B. I love this. There is these Bruce Waynes that are getting killed, and they're from different universes. So Batman is trying to figure out what's going on, and he's still battling that Joker toxin that he got infected with. So absolutely, and him and Alfred are trying to save the Joker, and he's letting this Joker toxin is really getting to him, and he's even yelling at Alfred, telling him, "You're not going to let him die. If you just get your ass back in there, this is an operating room. Make sure he doesn't die." So he's trying to figure out, what the Batman Who Laughs is trying to do. You only get, it says "Behold the Grim Knight," but you only really get one or two panels with the Grim Knight in it, and it's him shooting Batman, with a sniper rifle. So awesome story. This one ends with a twist. Spoiler alert on this. It ends with James Gordon going to find his son, James Jr., which he was in prison. So I don't know how he's out of prison, and it looks like he's working in this grocery store. So I don't know what's going on with that. You do see a lot of detective work on this one. There was a couple panels that didn't really make sense, and I had to reread them because Batman, not Bruce Wayne, Batman shows up with James Gordon, and he's dressed as another detective. It seemed a little weird to me, but I reread it, and I understood what was going on. Batman Who Laughs. This is going to be an awesome 6-issue miniseries. I can't wait for the rest of these to come out. I was really thinking, damn, maybe I should just buy them all up and then read them all at once, but I can't stop myself from reading them. Anyways, guys, that's it that I picked up this week that were new. While I was at my local comic shop, I did decide to go on the comicbookinvest.com, look at the top 10 list from last Friday, and see, hey, maybe I can hit some gold, right? Maybe I can find something that's on that top 10 list in here for cover price. And sure enough, I did. And that is going to be a Josh Middleton Aquaman. That's number 15, and that is the first Josh Middleton cover on the Aquaman series. Really nice cover with Black Manta on there, and you see Aquaman down here in the rocks. And I did find a second copy of it. They had two, so I decided, you know what? I'm gonna pick them both up, and that's from March of 2017. So 2 years ago, they still had two of these. As you know, Josh Middleton had a huge run on Aquaman, and it was kind of it was kind of overshadowed by his Batgirl run, because a lot of people were really out there searching for the Batgirl, but his Aquaman run was just as good. He had some really awesome covers. So what I'm gonna do is next month when I do my giveaway, I will be giving away next month, guys. So it's gonna be like the first Wednesday of February. Aquaman 15 and the Harley Quinn 57 are going to be thrown into that. So stay tuned. Make sure you're watching my videos, and I'll announce that giveaway. As always, just make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and whatever video that is you like and you comment. So I wanted to bring one more thing up. I usually do the ratings and reviews from a website called comicbookroundup.com, and one of my subscribers, commenters, kind of brought up the fact he didn't really understand why I was bringing those ratings up. So this week I really didn't use them. I went on there and I looked just for myself to see what people were talking about and what the reviewers are saying. But let me know, guys. Did you like me bringing up the comic book roundup, or do you want me to just kind of rate it and review it myself? The reason I brought that up was because maybe people online, the reviewers and other readers, think differently than I do. So if my rating is lower, maybe the other readers thought it was different. So that might make you decide one way or the other. So let me know if you want me to bring that back. I will. If not, hey, that's cool. Just remember, comicbookroundup.com, awesome website to get some really great reviews on books. So without further ado, that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like always, make sure you're subscribed. Like, comment on the video. I am almost at 300. I'm thinking about doing something big for my 300 subscribers. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.